Stallone and Schwarzenegger are starring in a movie together, a concept that was relevant 20 years ago. Yeah, it's not like we've been asking for it for 20 years, we were asking for it 20 years ago. There's a difference. Escape Plan. So Escape Plan stars Sylvester Stallone. He has the most interesting career of anyone I've ever heard of. He goes into prison voluntarily and then breaks out to prove, hey, that prison's not actually fail-safe. So someone comes to Stallone and they're like, hey, we have this really super secret off-the-book prison. We need you to go in there and prove that no one can break out of it before we really start sending scumbags in there. So Stallone, for some odd reason, is like, where do we start? And now no one knows where this prison is. Stallone's in there and he meets Schwarzenegger, and together they're like, yeah, we're gonna break out of here, because Stallone's like, I was set up. This place is shitty. And together they come up with an escape plan. Now I'm telling you, this movie sounds like a good idea 20 years ago. I grew up loving Stallone and Schwarzenegger, and they're still great, and I've wanted to see them in a movie together, and now I do. I mean, we got Expendables 2, but this one, they're like the only ones you concentrate on, and now you get it, and you're like, alright, because this movie's okay. The biggest thing this movie has going against it, in my opinion, is the concept of the prison. In the beginning of the movie, you see Stallone in this normal maximum security prison, and it's interesting and it's cool, and you see him break out and you're like, that's awesome. Then they go to this crazy comic book cartoon fantasy prison where everything is just extreme. They're in these glass boxes, and you're like, that's just not real. Tell me Guantanamo Bay looks or looked like that. It doesn't. All the guards are wearing these ominous black masks. Kind of reminded me of the movie Face Off. You know, the Nicolas Cage, John Travolta movie? My least favorite thing in that entire movie is the concept of that prison where they have magnetic boots and you're like, this isn't even a real prison. It was cool seeing Stallone build his plan, yeah, but there was no tension in it. It's not like he was going head to head in an intellectual game with the warden. I did like Jim Caviezel as the warden. Anytime you see Jesus being an asshole, you're like, oh, that's something. But he was such an over-the-top villain, you can tell the director was like, we just need someone to be an extreme asshole. You, be an extreme asshole. Oh, you're eccentric. That's awesome. That's how douchebags are. Like crazy eccentric in that introverted kind of way. You know, like Hannibal Lecter, dude's like sewing moths and he's like, you failed me for the last time. But then he'll have really eccentric mannerisms. It was an interesting enough character for a comic book, just like The Prison. I mean, really, if I wanted to see a prison break movie, I would like to see a prequel to The Rock where it shows Sean Connery's character breaking out of Alcatraz. That would have been awesome. The thing that sells Escape Plan is the gimmick that Schwarzenegger and Stallone are in a movie together. You take that out, what do you have? You have a grade B prison break movie with a prison that's unbelievable, with a warden that's introverted and eccentric for the sake of being a douchebag warden, and a plot that tries to be more clever than it is because it has all these twists and turns that aren't really twists and turns because you just don't care about any of them. Then it wraps up so quickly in the end, you're like, what was the point of those twists and turns? What I'm saying is when you look past the gimmick of Schwarzenegger and Stallone being in a movie together, you have a movie that you see for what it is. A movie that's probably cool. If you're drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Any party like that's a party I want to go to. You know what would have helped in this movie? Subtitles. What were you doing before you were in here? I was out, I was governor, I was banging the maid, and I ruined the state. I get prisons for a living. Right. Just saying that they would have helped. All right, so your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and Stallone movie. We're doing two. I would say least favorite, but we know what the least favorite Arnold movie is gonna be. We just know. So whatever your favorites would be, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.